haven't got to your stage yet, Mark, of tidying the sock drawer. I gather you've done that. You told me this morning.
I tidied the sock drawer, but I gather you've tidied your loft.
I've got rid of 27 bags of confidential waste. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, should we kick off the things the things that I thought we should pick up on? One, Mark, I just wanted to follow up. Last week you were talking about unlimited companies, limited partnerships under the 1907 Act, etc.
Really?
And I've thought a bit more about that, and I've got some questions for you and some comments. The first question is: unlimited companies have the advantages of no disclosure, but the disadvantages of unlimited liability. Do they have share capital as well?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, so an unlimited, God, I've not seen one in a very long time. But yes, I recall an unlimited company looks like a company, but it's unlimited. And therefore you've got all the downside of a company with none of the upside. So
except if you accept the situation, if you're looking at an FIC, a family investment company, that's traditionally a limited company and has the benefits of being taxed at just 19%. And being able to have different classes of shares, but the disadvantage of disclosure to the outside world. So long as an unlimited company has share capital, and it can have different classes of share capital, that would be a good alternative if you're paranoid about disclosing information to the outside world.
Yeah, which picks up on what we talked about with the 1907 limited partnerships.
Well, now that's where I'm not so sure that works quite so well, because the 1907 Limited Partnership Act is a partnership. So it would be taxed, I'm assuming, as a partnership. It's a good alternative to a trust, but not necessarily a good alternative to a family investment company. So what you'd find is each individual partner, including the limited company partner, would be taxed at their own individual rates. And that would be up to 45%. As opposed to the 19% in a limited company.
Yeah, it depends whether or not you want to get profits out, I suppose, whether you can leave them in there, and also what the nature of the underlying assets are, and whether they're sort of capital assets or income assets.
Yes. Most FICs are designed to split the management from the ownership of the assets. And certainly a 1907 limited partnership would do that by having the management being the limited company general partner and the limited partners having ownership of the capital.
Yeah.
But then the capital ownership would then be taxed at full income tax rates rather than having the benefit of the 19% corporation.
Yeah. And what happens on inheritance? Because that's the other reason why these things are often set up in terms of, if you've got multi-generational family assets sat within these trusts, then what's the difference in inheritance tax?
Big difference there is if you're in a trust, you've got your 10-year charge at 6% on non-business assets. Whereas if you've got an FIC or what we're talking about now, an unlimited company or a limited partnership, there'd be no 10-year charge.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons there, wouldn't it? So yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at each individual scenario, and there's pros and cons to this. And by the way, we're constantly going on. Never let the tax dog wave the the tax tail. Sorry, wave the business dog.
No, absolutely. I certainly haven't used a 1907 limited partnership, nor an unlimited partnership. I've used limited companies as FICs. But it just shows the options and the things that we should all be thinking about.
Absolutely. I think the last one of these I did was a couple of years ago, and we did go down the limited 1907 partnership. It was a multi-generational family trust with lots of expensive residential property in it. And I'm trying to remember the tax reasons for it, but it certainly made sense then to stick it into that.
That's interesting. Yeah, you could probably, and don't hold me to this, you could probably transfer personal assets into an a 1907 limited partnership, possibly without any capital gains tax. Whereas you don't have that advantage if you're using an FIC. But I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, so I think this was one where parents owned a lot of expensive resi property down south and wanted to create a trust involving the children to try and sort of, push out.
That's really quite interesting. I think we're getting to the end of this session, and unless there's any other.
That's good. Need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Nice to see you.
I've only got one other query, and that was about Zoom itself. Are we all using in the video settings the touch up my appearance one?
No, because it didn't make any difference to me. And needless to say, as I said before, Jen doesn't need it.
I've ticked it, and I have to say I'm disappointed. Rather than improving me, it's replaced me with somebody considerably older and greyer.
Is that possible, Nigel?
Oh, I'll let you go and get some more milk, Howard.
Yeah.
See you all soon.
See you all soon. Have a good weekend.
And you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.